So South Acton Church, wow, just quite a place. My girlfriend, Jane, and I are standing in the reception line in 1999. We didn't know a soul at church, and the minister at the time, we came up and exchanged greetings and said, well, Jane's going to be moving up to Acton to live together with me, and he says, well, that'd be great. He says, why don't you use the Sack Movers? And the Sack Movers, I had no idea what it was. I thought it was a bad rock band or something. And he, why don't you get a hold of Jim Willis? And I had no idea who Jim Willis was. So I made the phone call, and Jim moved us into our new condo, and we've been a part of that moving mission ever since. And Jim has become one of my closest friends over the last 23 or 24 years. Little did I know he had already been at it for over 25 years at that point. So. But the Sack Movers kind of morphed into the Mission Movers, and that's what I'm here to talk about today. Mission moving is helping folks, they're recommended by the Acton Housing Authority and different boards in town where they don't have the resources to move, they're in a tough situation, and they've called on us to go ahead and rent the trucks and put the crews together and help them move either from one apartment to the next, or in conjunction with household goods to come here and pick up their furniture and move them to their new apartment. It's been an interesting association with household goods, and it's led to my wife and I and many members of our congregation volunteering here. We've been here for over 3 years and come to recognize phenomenal work that they do. So over the years, we've done these mission moves, and recently Sharon has approached Jim and I to try to expand what Mission Moves does. We pretty much covered Acton, Boxborough, some of the surrounding towns, but because of the needs of household goods and because of their clients who really need help in moving, it stretches far beyond the borders of this region. So Jim and I got together and decided, why don't we try to reach out and talk to other folks, other churches, other organizations who may be interested in forming their own mission moving team. As Jim said, it's a lot of work, but it's also a lot of fun, and relationships are formed, and you're really reaching out and helping folks, which is the bottom line, really, at the end of the day. So, we started in Boxborough, and Kelly Sengler from the UCC Boxborough Church, who I don't believe is here today, was the first mission moving team that formed, and they do Boxborough and Littleton in that area. Jane Mislin, who is here somewhere today, and her crew from St. John Lutheran down in Sudbury have formed their own team and have been just awesome. And in fact, we're all moving today. And I'll come to what we did today in a moment. And then John Pazlusny, how'd I do? Okay, good. Is with us from the Trinity Church in Northborough. And they've come on board. Again, Jim and I reached out to these folks over many cups of coffee and many presentations and many meetings, and they've all become part of the expanded Mission Movers organization, which is really, really something, because they all service the folks here at Household Goods, and again, with the clientele here who needs their help. And the idea is that we can hopefully take this in these 4 or 5 towns and 4 or 5 regions and expand it even further than what we've done. So, as part of the 50th anniversary, I'm the guy that came up with the idea, so why don't we can raise 50 pieces of furniture for 50 years, for 50 clients. I'm not sure all of you are aware of this, but we've been out today, and we'll go back out again tomorrow, and help and go gather furniture from various donors and bring it here and hopefully get to 50 pieces, which would be really cool. So I'm here to announce today that I wish I could tell you that we got 50 items, but I can't. And I wish I could tell you that we got 100 items, that we can't. And I wish I could tell you that we got to 150 pieces of furniture, but I can't. But we've raised, as of the end of business tomorrow, over 200 pieces of furniture will come into this building. Wow. So all of you. donors, and thank you to the folks who worked so hard today. We've been on trucks all day long and will be tomorrow. As a final thought, someone came up to me today, one of the donors, and just said, I'd like to shake your hand and say thank you, which is pretty neat. And it got me thinking about hands and the hands that help, and the hands from the state legislators, and Jamie in particular. Jamie is involved with us at Habitat, involved with us at Olives and Fishes, and he always shows up. And those hands that work so hard to write legislation that'll actually help folks get into affordable housing. I know it's been one of his passions. And the hands of the town officials that are here with us today. Those hands that help write the laws and write the ledgers and write the chits that get people into their apartments and means so much to them. And the hands that rent the trucks, and the hands that move the furniture, and the hands that receive the furniture here and clean it and put it out on this floor. Some of the items that you're sitting on today were gathered today by the very folks who are out picking up furniture for this organization. And the hands that reach out to the folks who really need it. We're all here to support those folks, our clients, who really need our help. And it's so meaningful that someone just takes the time to care, takes the time to help. As Jim said, a lot of these folks are in real distress, and they're just sitting on the edge of a precipice. And all of a sudden, these people show up and help them, and pick up their furniture and move it in, and help them set up the furniture and get their apartment squared away. Those hands are so important. We don't judge, we don't ask questions. We just go and help and do. And it means so much to those people. It's really powerful stuff, folks. It really is the staff of life, in my view. And I want to say that it's exactly who we are at Mission Movers and what we do. And we're so grateful to all those that help. So blessings to you all.